The Morte D'Arthur 1485 by Thomas Malory. Sir Ulfius and Sir Brastias did great deeds of arms. And King Uther's men overcame the northern battle, and slew many people, and put the remnant to flight. And then the king returned unto London, and made great joy of his victory. And then he fell passing sore sick, so that 3 days and 3 nights he was speechless. Wherefore all the barons made great sorrow, and asked Merlin what counsel were best. There is none other remedy, said Merlin, but God will have his will. And therewith King Uther yielded up the ghost. Then stood the realm in great jeopardy long while. For every lord that was mighty of men made him strong, and many went to have been king. Then Merlin went to the Archbishop of Canterbury, and counselled him for to send for all the lords of the realm, and all the gentlemen of arms, that they should to London come by Christmas upon pain of cursing. There was seen in the churchyard against the high altar a great stone 4 square, like unto a marble stone. And in the midst thereof was like an anvil of steel 1 foot on high, and therein stack a fair sword naked by the point. And letters there were written in gold about the sword that said thus: Whoso pulleth out this sword of this stone and anvil is rightwise king born of all England. So when all masses were done, all the lords went to behold the stone and the sword. And when they saw the scripture, some assayed, such as would have been king. But none might stir the sword nor move it. It happened that Sir Ector, that had great livelihood about London, rode unto the justs. And with him rode Sir Kay his son and young Arthur that was his nourished brother. Sir Kay had lost his sword, for he had left it at his father's lodging, and so he prayed young Arthur to ride for his sword. Then was Arthur wroth, and said to himself, I will ride to the churchyard and take the sword with me that sticketh in the stone. He handled the sword by the handles, and lightly and fiercely pulled it out of the stone. Now, said Sir Ector to Arthur, I understand ye must be king of this land. There were many lords wroth, and said it was great shame unto them all and the realm, to be overgoverned with a boy of no high blood born. And right as Arthur did at Christmas he did at Candlemas, and pulled out the sword easily. Then the Archbishop of Canterbury by Merlin's providence let purvey then of the best knights that they might get. And such knights as King Uther Pendragon loved best and most trusted in his days. And such knights were put about Arthur, as Sir Baldwin of Britain, Sir Kay, Sir Ulfius, Sir Brastias. We will have Arthur unto our king, we will put him no more in delay, for we all see that it is God's will that he shall be our king, and who that holdeth against it we will slay him. Then all the kings were passing glad of Merlin, and asked him, For what cause is that boy Arthur made your king? Sirs, said Merlin, I shall tell you the cause. For he is King Uther Pendragon's son, born in wedlock of Igraine, the duke's wife of Tintagil. Some of the kings had marvel of Merlin's words, and deemed well that it should be as he said, and some of them laughed him to scorn, as King Lot, and more other called him a witch. Merlin had told the king that the 6 kings that made war upon him would in all haste be awroke on him and on his lands. Those 6 kings by their means gat unto them 5 other kings, and thus they began to gather their people. And how they swore that for weal nor woe they should not leave each other till they had destroyed Arthur. And thither came to him Lot's wife of Orkney, in manner of a messenger, but she was sent thither to espy the court of King Arthur. And she was a passing fair lady, wherefore the king cast great love unto her, and so was Modred born, and she was his sister, on the mother side Igraine. Ye have done a thing late that God is displeased with you, and your sister shall have a child that shall destroy you and all the knights of your realm. Marvel not, said Merlin, for it is God's will your body to be punished for your foul deeds. But I may well be sorry, said Merlin, for I shall die a shameful death, to be put in the earth quick, and ye shall die a worshipful death.